Welcome back, fan stands, to the Week 17 finals between Golgari Ramp and Jeskai Control. In this version of Golgari Ramp piloted by Connor, not only do you ramp out Nissa and Casualties, but you also have Kiora and Time Vault as another win condition. And this Jeskai Control list, piloted by Jonah, utilizes Saheeli to delay and then Sarkhan to finish the game. Let's look at Game 1. Alright, we're in Game 1 with Connor on the left and Jonah on the right. Connor's going to lead us off with Bayou into Mana Vault. Jonah starts with Volcanic Island Mox Jet and passes the turn. And for 5 mana, we have Nissa coming out straight out of the gate on turn 2. She's going to uptick on a land, but that land is going to meet the graveyard as Jonah casts Lightning Bolt. Now, Jonah has the veto in hand, but Ramp able to play so quickly underneath and sneak the Nissa past it. Connor did take 1 from the Mana Vault, not untapping. We've got Nissa upticking yet again. Going to turn this Gemstone Mine into a 3/3 beater. Jonah will go down to 17. Looks like Connor has Praetor's Grasp in hand and will target Jonah. Now this Praetor's Grasp is representing a time walk, so Jonah will say, no way, Jose, not going to let that happen. Time walk would have connected for probably like 15 damage if Connor continued to play out lands. We have the Interplanar Nexus coming out. Jonah will cast a fairy, gain a life from the land, and bounce Connor's land to hand. Meanwhile, Connor goes to turn. Gonna take 1 from the Mana Vault. And let's see. Looks like we'll replay the Gemstone Mine, bring it back up, and get to fairy off the board. We've got 2 Factor Fictions, a Dark Ritual, and a Casualties of War in the hands of Connor. A little light on the mana to play it, but in the meantime, Jonah will play another Interplanar Nexus, cast Sarkhan, and gain 2 life, and make that dragon. The dragon, being a 4/4, is going to make it really easy for him to block all the lands Nissa animates. And here we have Dark Ritual from Connor. And this will be a surprise Fact or Fiction. Now, Fact or Fiction, not a common card you'll see in a lot of Golgari ramp strategies. Typically, they prefer Tamiyo. But I think with this list going for the Kiora Volt strategy, looking to assemble your A+B combo is very valuable. Now, Connor only has access to 3 mana right now. With Nissa untap on the Bayou, you could get to 5. By casting the Dark Ritual for this Factor Fiction, it means that he wasn't guaranteed to hit Casualties next turn, but with this Factor Fiction being given a mana source, yeah, you might have to delay your attack, but you'll be able to get rid of the dragon and Sarkhan Vol, and 2 of Jonah's mana sources severely gonna put Jonah behind while they're tapped out. But with double Mox and a land drop to make, this is going to be... and another Dark Ritual in hand. This is going to allow Connor to not only casualties, but still beat in for 6. And here we're going to tap Bayou for black. Nissa creates a green. We're going to use the black to Dark Ritual and have 3 black. Emerald will meet the requirements for casualties. And yeah, we'll attack the Dragon, Sarkhan, a Mox, and Tundra. And Nissa still gets to uptick on the Bayou, and we chunk in for 6. Birds of Paradise, and Jonah will take their draw. We've got a plateau and a passing of the turn. Only have this Factor Fiction in hand for Jonah. Gonna need to probably spike a balance to wipe the board, but even then, with Nissa still there, it's gonna be tough for Jonah to come back from this. And even with a balance, the fact that Connor has another Factor Fiction in hand means that they'll just be able to refuel. So this Fa flip, we've got Plateau, double Teferi, double Saheeli. Now you definitely don't want to put each Planeswalker in its own pile. The Teferi is going to be probably too slow. The same as Saheeli, trying to make blockers. I like putting the land with the Saheelis because Teferi has the option to draw a card. And if you don't have a land in hand, drawing that extra card and being able to play that Plateau for a potential Time Walk, Connor gonna make sure that that's off the table. We've got a land into Saheeli. We're gonna gain 2 life, but without any other spells to follow it up. Yeah, it looks like Jonah will concede game 1. At turn 2 Nissa, very powerful. Here we are in game 2 of the week 18 finals match between Connor on Golgari ramp and Jonah on Jeskai control. Jonah's gonna take the play this round, while Connor bottoms a card on their mulligan to 6. Start things off with a Plateau, and Connor will lead with Bayou and Mox for Birds of Paradise. But it looks like Jonah, not sure if they should bolt the bird or plow the bird. Now, bolt could be used on a Planeswalker later, so that's where you'd want to fire off the plow, but plow could be used on an indestructible land. But we'll just Swords to Plowshares now. We've got Volcanic Island from Jonah, and a pass of the turn. So it looks like Jonah had 3 different ways that they could have handled it, with the Mental Misstep in their hand as well. Connor will go for a Demonic Tutor. Jonah has a land, Lightning Bolt, Supreme Will, Saheeli, and Mental Misstep. Looks like Jonah's wanting to keep the Misstep probably for a Dark Ritual, prevent an early Nissa from coming out while they don't have access to all the mana that they would hope for. And we'll redeploy the birds and bolt the bird. Choosing to hold up Supreme Will. The way that Connor gets to a huge creature is with Dark Ritual, and so you could have tapped out and used the Mental Misstep to save yourself. But here, Jonah has the option to Supreme Will this Kiora. Now, I don't believe Jonah saw the Time Vault that Connor had. And so, but this Kiora is very suspicious. With Connor holding up 2 fingers, maybe Jonah was asking how much does Time Vault cost? Because yeah, this Supreme Will isn't going to be able to counter a Time Vault if one comes down while Connor adds another land. And Jonah just cantripping Time Walk, hoping to get maybe another land to hold up Lightning Bolt. Here we have the redeploy on the Kiora. And Time Vault hits the battlefield while Jonah's tapped out. Not too much Jonah can do right now. Maybe you can bolt to have Kiora take less turns. Because not deterministic, but Jonah doesn't want to figure it out, and understandably so. Connor takes our week 18